Welcome to the Aberdeen Progress Report, a monthly look at news, issues, and ideas concerning the Aberdeen area. Kaleidoscope Media, the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce, and KSFY Television are joint producers of this broadcast. Your hosts are Steve Kaiser and Kim Lean.
On the Aberdeen Progress Report tonight, the city's older sewer system is regularly causing problems for residents and the Public Works Department. We'll talk with them in our in-depth feature. On the Review of the News, Mike Leifson is the only candidate that files for the city's mayoral election. On our People You Should Know segment tonight, meet Gloria Dahme, an Aberdeen hairstylist extraordinaire.
On the Interview of the Month, we visit with Dirk Rogers, who's become Brown County Highway Superintendent for the second time. On our Chamber section tonight, we'll visit about the upcoming 4th grade Ag Fair with Becky Vogel and Emily Richardt. First, a look at the last month's major news stories.
Northern Beef Packers facilities are now officially New Angus LLC. Investment firm White Oak, based in California, had loaned over $35 million to NBP before the firm went bankrupt. At the bankruptcy proceedings 2 months ago, it bid the $35 and added $9 million more. White Oak is only an investment group and owns no other operating facilities. Some in Aberdeen don't think it will be open for up to 2 years, but company officials told the Progress Report that assessment is just wrong. Officials who did not want to be quoted, but said New Angus Group would endeavor to start operating in the next 3 to 6 months. The entity will be changing out some employees and reportedly has already put out calls to begin hiring. A new chief executive will be the first hired to direct activities from the plant. Mayor Mike Leifson will hold office for another 5 years. Leifson was the only candidate to file for the mayoral election. He is entering his 3rd term and will be mayor until 2019. Financially, the city of Aberdeen is doing pretty well this year. According to finance officials, 2013 sales tax revenues exceeded their expectations by more than 1%. The city budget is just shy of $60 million for 2014. Just over half of that amount comes from property taxes and fees, and another third from the sales tax collections.
The city of Aberdeen now owns the former federal courthouse and post office building. Federal authorities sold the facility to an investor who then sold it to the city after the city acquired it by eminent domain. City Attorney Adam Altman said this week that the Government Services Administration wants a site proposal for leasing space in the facility. GSA representative is planning to visit Aberdeen soon to review the facilities. Federal judicial activities have been held elsewhere since the sale, some being moved to Pierre or Sioux Falls. But now the city's preparing a renovation plan which federal officials say they will move into if completed. That should lead to an economic boost for Aberdeen and its downtown area. Planning for renovation work should be completed this month. Officials hope to open bids for the work in May. Well, Mother Nature gave us what we hope is one last blizzard this winter. Starting on Monday afternoon, we ended up with over 3 inches of snow and wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. That caused area schools to close early and start late on Tuesday. On a positive note, the storm did leave us with some much needed moisture.
The chair of the Aberdeen School Board passed away last month. Mike Miller, also a noted football referee and past member of the City Council, died of cancer. He was praised by many, including Mayor Mike Leifson, who said Miller was a perfect example of a citizen who, instead of complaining, acted. Experience counts. The new Brown County Highway Superintendent is Dirk Rogers, who held that post for some 5 years previously. He then joined Northern Beef Packers as its maintenance manager. His tenure follows that of Jan Wisemantel, who resigned in March. We'll talk about the road problems with Rogers on our Interview of the Month.
A local artist is in the national spotlight once again. Ben Victor is now only one of 2 people who've ever had 2 of their statues in place at the National Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C. The newest sculpture is of Norman Borlaug, a Nobel Peace Prize winner who developed high-yield, disease-resistant wheat varieties that will grow on less than desirable land around the world. Borlaug's likeness will represent the state of Iowa. Victor's other statue in the hall is of Sarah Winnemucca, a prominent American Indian activist and educator from Nevada. Victor was chosen from a slate of 65 artists from around the nation. He was chosen because of his outstanding work in his many bronze sculptures in place around the country and because of his passion for this particular project.
Northern State University will soon be getting a new addition to the campus. A 960-square-foot greenhouse will be built next to the Maywald Jensen building. The greenhouse will be used for biotechnology, research, and experimentation. Right now, students are growing things on windowsills, carts, and pretty much anywhere else that they can find. Soon they will have a proper space to house their work. NSU is still new to the biotech arena, but its biology and environmental studies programs have grown over 65% in the past 6 years. Plus, it trains a lot of secondary school teachers. They hope to have the new facility in place by the summer of 2015.
Aberdeen has a big problem that's hard to get at. Steve has more on dealing with Aberdeen's waste on tonight's in-depth report.
This lift station behind me works pretty well according to most plumbers, but the piping underneath is a whole nother matter. Klein Street 2 years ago was opened up when a paving job was slated for 4 blocks. 2 of the city's most important sewer and storm sewer lines were then updated. Problems plumbers have been talking about are readily admitted to being real problems by city officials. City engineer Robin Bobzien knows them better than anyone else and blames one factor. The lines were put in either about 100 years ago or about 50 years ago. And to make matters worse, those 50 years ago in the late 50s and early 60s were done on the cheap. They are now the most problematic.
The systems are reaching that age where there's a lot of attention that needs to be given to the piping network, and there are different methods for doing it. The City of Aberdeen has had issues in the past, as many communities have, and we actually had a couple times over the last, let's say 6-7 years, where we've had to actually release untreated sewage, which actually was, something that it's a problem from the permitting standpoint, but for the most part it was so dilute that it really met most of the permit requirements. But it's something that we can't do, we shouldn't do, and so we've had to come up with a plan for addressing the amount of water, the storm water that's entering our sanitary sewer system, and that's what we're working on right now.
The worst event came in 2007 when the city was pelted for some 6 hours by a thunderstorm that just stood still over the city. And we got 7 inches of rain. In 2011, our stormwater system couldn't keep up, and the combination of the flooded storm and sanitary sewers led the city to drain the sanitary sewer output into Moccasin Creek. Aberdeen was fined by the state government some $12,000 for that action, although Bobzien says it was very diluted because of the huge amount of flood water flowing at the time. Bobzien also says the 2 lines still often get flowage between each other, something that is not supposed to happen. He adds,
first of all, there's inflow, which is basically water just coming in through the manholes. A lot of it is as intersections are submerged from large rain events. And so what ends up happening is we have to come up with a method for preventing the infiltration. The inflows may be a little bit easier by just putting a sealed lid on top of the manhole.
We asked City Manager Lynn Lander this week his opinion on the city drainage issues. We asked where he feels we are today in dealing with sewer and storm drainage.
Started approximately 2011, where we were aggressively trying to correct a deficiency within the Klein storm sewer system, where that sewer system infiltrated our sanitary sewer system, which then ultimately gave us clear water flows that we needed to treat out at the sewer treatment plant. And so we started replacing that. We spent about $5 million to date. And keep in mind that trunk sewer system probably is from the 1930s, so I'm guessing between us making that improvement to the Klein storm sewer system and now doing what we call inline replacement, we probably spent more in the last 3-year period than was probably spent in the previous 10 years trying to correct deficiencies that are underneath the ground.
Our sewers are a problem as the city and its sewers continue to age. And so far, we haven't replaced or fixed any more than about 20% of the potential sewer line problems. Slowly but surely, however, the city is fixing lines as money and time become available.
A hairstylist that wants to help the environment. You'll meet her next on our People You Should Know segment. Stay tuned.
Why does Pearson Ford continue to offer this area's best prices? There's one big reason. Fleet pricing on new pickups means you can save big dollars. Ford will allow you to get volume pricing of an extra 2 to 10% off when you purchase brand new F-150 and 250 trucks. And Ford Technology continues to provide vehicles that are 20% more fuel efficient than they were back in 2005. Plus, get great assistance for your driving, listening, and navigating using the My Ford Touch system. See us today at Pearson Ford, located in the Auto Plaza in Aberdeen.
One place for all your insurance needs? Of course. See State Farm Agent Linda Shop. Call or stop by today.
See what we can do.
Because Healthcare Plus is a member-owned credit union, dividends are paid monthly back to the members, which is an added benefit, both in savings and in checking.
One thing you'll find about the credit union here is that the people, they want to serve you and they want to do a good job.
In fact, we've recommended Healthcare Plus to a number of people we know that have joined and now have accounts with them.
See what we can do at Healthcare Plus Federal Credit Union in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
We all know what a great place Aberdeen is to live, but we need your help in spreading the word. Let relatives and friends know of the career opportunities that are available now. Job prospects are expanding greatly in our community. Major employers are now hiring with hundreds of openings. You can remind them that we also have a great city park system, superb arts and entertainment, and our educational opportunities are outstanding. The Aberdeen Development Corporation invites you to come write your story in Aberdeen.
The Aberdeen Progress Report is sponsored by Celebration Entertainment, the industry leader since 1998.
On tonight's People You Should Know segment, Kim introduces us to a hairstylist who has a passion for going green.
Meet Gloria Dahme, owner of Concepts, an Aveda salon. She grew up on an organic farm in the Putney area. After attending school in Iowa, she spent some time in Arizona but returned to Aberdeen to start her own salon. She started her current business in 2006. Now in its second location on Main Street, she does a brisk business by using natural products from Aveda. She's passionate about using all natural products and helping the environment. She told us her favorite part of her job.
Probably meeting the people that come into the salon, from being able to just talk to them and getting to know who that person is. I've had, through Earth Day month, and I've had a lot of people bring in the bottle caps, and then also getting to know the people who love Aveda, but also getting to be able to interact with these people from doing their hair to nails to facials, so it's been really great.
In conjunction with Aveda, she collects bottle caps, which normally aren't recycled. She takes them to the Aveda Institute in Minneapolis. The company uses them to make new caps for their products. She also does hairstyling for the Aberdeen Progress Report and Aberdeen Magazine's photo shoots. Dahme believes strongly in giving back to her community. She provides haircuts for the homeless at the Salvation Army once a month. She also enjoys attending various functions to support area organizations such as Safe Harbor, the Chamber of Commerce, and the Downtown Association. Outside of work, she spends a lot of time with family. She and her husband Todd enjoy fishing on area lakes. She also spends time with her grandchildren. One of their favorite activities is going roller skating at Skateaway here in Aberdeen. Gloria Dahme, one of the people you should know.
Next on the Progress Report, we talk roads with Brown County's incoming Highway Superintendent, Dirk Rogers. Stay tuned.
It's tough finding a career. So many spend time jumping from one unfulfilling job to the next. But you have a chance to change that because Wyndham Hotel Group, the world's largest hotel company, is hiring right here in Aberdeen. Our inbound call center and worldwide reservation headquarters offers a professional, fun work environment with amazing benefits, including medical, dental, and vision, and more. Take charge of your career by calling 605-229-8080 or visiting wyndhamjobs.com.
Your home is warm, comfortable, and welcoming when your friends linger more leisurely, your family gathers more joyously, and your spare time is spent in pure relaxation. Since 1945, Malchow's quality and style, combined with our decades of experience, have helped you fill your house with dynamic new furnishings. We make it easy with design ideas. Our creative staff will come to your home with a free, no-hassle consultation that's sure to meet your needs. Malchow's, the look you love to come home to.
When you're looking for a great selection, Har's has the cars.
For fantastic savings on exactly what you want, Har Motors excited to announce the Bargain Center right on our lot. With over 30 vehicles and most of them under $10,000, there's something for everyone. Har Motors offers 0 down and financing. You can't beat the Bargain Center at Har Motors.
Har Motors, Har's has the cars.
Here to talk about Brown County roads is County Highway Superintendent Dirk Rogers. Dirk is a past County Highway Superintendent who is being named to the post for a second time. He had assumed the post of maintenance manager at Northern Beef Packers before its bankruptcy. Welcome to the Progress Report, Dirk.
Thank you very much.
Dirk, can you give us a general overview of the status of Brown County roads right now?
There's a lot of challenges out there. You know, I don't want to sugarcoat it too much, but there's some positives too. You know, in general, you've got maybe a third that's in good shape, a third that's kind of at that point where we need to do something with it so it doesn't, you know, deteriorate to the point of no return, so to speak, and a third that's already reached that point, and we'll have to do some rather significant construction to it to get it back in a good usable condition.
Many of the county roads are what you call chip sealed or basically paved to the rest of us. Can those roads be maintained the way the number of roads that we have that are sealed?
That's probably the largest challenge of the whole system. Is a lot of that stuff was built in the 50s. Trucks were smaller, oil was cheaper, and you know, the economy of scale with today's agriculture and any kind of business like that involves with lowering your transportation costs, which means you got to move larger loads with the one unit of transportation. The county themselves is guilty of the same thing. We do the same thing. Our trucks are bigger as well, you know, and that's kind of where you get the conflict. You know, we built a lot of stuff in the 50s, and nobody was thinking 50, 60 years in the future what the impact of trying to maintain all those things would be.
Dirk, we've heard numerous times in the past that the county's just got too many roads for the transportation budget, period. Do you believe that's still the case?
I don't think it's so much too many roads. It's usually the big debate's your gravel versus the asphalt roads. You know, if you were to apply a federal standard, or what the federal government considers at what point a road should be asphalt versus gravel, we have many that are below that threshold as far as traffic volumes that we've, you know, tried to maintain as asphalt, and that's the goal. I mean, we want to continue to do that, but you know, things are getting to the point where it's getting, you know, gets harder and harder every year.
What's the most pressing problems you see that have to be attacked first?
The carrying capacity of the roads, obviously, but I think we need to identify some arterial, you know, roads, that main roads, and then put the money into them. And it's not just the roads; it's the bridges on those roads. You know, egg production's going up. Technologies cause the yields to increase significantly, and all that stuff has to get somewhere, you know. So we have to attack the system that way with some arterial roads, and then some of those minor collectors are eventually going to have to be turned into gravel, and we can do that in a controlled manner, or, you know, time and wear is going to take care of it for us either way.
Dirk, Jan Wiseman was the immediate past highway superintendent, and she said the cost of the oil was one of the biggest hindrances to Brown County. Is that still the case?
Well, it goes along with the point I was making about the percentage of our roads that are asphalt. You know, the cost of petroleum, you know, it's tied just like when our fuel goes up. A few years ago when Hurricane Katrina knocked out a bunch of refineries, you know, around here you heard a lot about diesel fuel and gasoline, but when those refineries went back online, they were making diesel fuel and gasoline. The last thing they were worried about was making asphalt oils. And you know, it's indexed just like fuel is. It goes up and up and up. The past few years, or when I compare it to when I was here before, there is a little bit of gain in the percentage of increase in the county highway budget when you compare it to the cost of increase in materials. But you're still at a, you know, we're not anywhere near a point to where we're really gaining on it, but we're kind of losing ground slower, I guess, on a lot of stuff.
Dirk Rogers, Brown County Highway Superintendent, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up next on our Chamber segment, we talk about the Chamber's Ag Fair. Stay tuned.
When we enter Kessler's, we come with certain expectations. We expect to be at the best store in Aberdeen, and we expect it because that's what they've always been. The store you enter today at Kessler's is born of tradition, whether we're talking about the freshest produce with a huge selection to pick from, or meats that are second to none anywhere in the nation, and prices that are always reasonable for the best quality you'll find in Aberdeen. Kessler's, there for you for over 70 years.
I had lost over 5 units of blood. Normal body holds 7 units. Couldn't do much. I couldn't even hold my head up. I remember, I'll never forget getting off Care Flight and going into ER where Dr. Warren stood. She held my hand and she said, "It's going to be okay." I remember waking up and with that nurse standing over me, and she said, "Here's your daughter." The Avera staff are absolute all angels in my eyes. The care we received was beyond words.
If you haven't heard, Aberdeen recently held a ribbon cutting for the finest hotel in the Hub City. Town Place Suites by Marriott is located adjacent to the Lakewood Mall. These gorgeous suites are extended stay facilities, but offer lodging from a night or two to special rates for weekly or monthly stays. Each and every unit comes with kitchen facilities, in addition to offering everything to please business travelers, families, or anyone who wants luxury accommodations at reasonable rates. Town Place Suites by Marriott, a block north of 6th Avenue, adjacent to the Lakewood Mall.
On our Chamber section tonight, we're talking about this year's 4th grade Ag Fair. With us are Emily Richardt, the Director of Public Relations Committees and Programs at the Chamber, and Becky Vogel from the Farm Credit Services of America. Welcome to the Progress Report, ladies.
Thank you.
Becky, tell us a little bit about what is the 4th grade Ag Fair?
The Ag Fair is an event that the Chamber Ag Committee puts on along with the Groton FFA kids. And what we do is we set up 6 different stations and we invite the 4th grade students from Aberdeen schools and then some of the area schools, and they come in and they go around from these stations and learn about different things on the farm life. For instance, we have crop, renewable energy, swine and sheep, dairy, beef, horses, and then we've got farm safety that we go through with the kids.
That's great. Emily, when is this year's Ag Fair and who all will be attending?
This year's Ag Fair is April 29th, so later on this month, and we have 11 schools coming this year, all the elementary schools in Aberdeen, as well as Leola, Ipswich, and Groton.
Is this an event the Ag Committee feels especially endeared to?
We do. This is a chance to give kids that hands-on opportunity to learn about the farming operation, the aspects of farm life, and how it benefits them and what comes from that. So yeah, we do feel very passionate about this.
Emily, what other events does the Chamber Ag Committee do throughout the year?
Sure. We do 4 different events. So the 4th grade Ag Fair is our first event of the year. And then June 14th, we'll have Northern Plains Livestock Day, which we do out at the fairgrounds. And then Consumer Ag Breakfast, which is in kind of coalition with the fair. We have it on the Sunday of the fair. And then we end the year in November with our Ag Appreciation Banquet.
Well, Becky Vogel and Emily Richardt, thank you, ladies, for coming and being on the Progress Report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Business After Hours, a monthly mixer for business professionals and the community, will be held on Thursday, April 17th at the Eagles. It will begin at 5:15 p.m. Food and drinks will be available. Please RSVP to the Chamber. You do not need to be a Chamber member to attend.
The free residential spring cleanup begins April 25th and runs through May 10th. During the free cleanup, residents can dump their trash and other items at the Brown County landfill for free. For a list of items accepted and for more information, visit the Brown County Landfill.org website.
Next on the Progress Report, some interesting visitors stop by the area. Stay tuned.
We all know what a great place Aberdeen is to live, but we need your help in spreading the word. Let relatives and friends know of the career opportunities that are available now. Job prospects are expanding greatly in our community. Major employers are now hiring with hundreds of openings. You can remind them that we also have a great city park system, superb arts and entertainment, and our educational opportunities are outstanding. The Aberdeen Development Corporation invites you to come write your story in Aberdeen.
It's tough finding a career. So many spend time jumping from one unfulfilling job to the next. But you have a chance to change that because Wyndham Hotel Group, the world's largest hotel company, is hiring right here in Aberdeen. Our inbound call center and worldwide reservation headquarters offers a professional, fun work environment with amazing benefits, including medical, dental, and vision, and more. Take charge of your career by calling 605-229-8080 or visiting wyndhamjobs.com.
Meet Rob Moore from Aberdeen, South Dakota. As a Mid-Continent service manager, he makes sure our service techs have the tools to keep customers ahead of the technology game. Rob also keeps busy coaching youth football, teaching kids both the fundamentals of the game and good sportsmanship. Looks like Rob's a game changer in more ways than one.
I'm Rob Moore, and we're good people here in Aberdeen.
Even though it still looks like winter around the area, Canadian geese are migrating through the area. A favorite stopping point on their trip north is the Sand Lake Wildlife Refuge, northeast of Aberdeen. Bird numbers can be upwards of 100,000 at a time in the area, and it makes for some amazing sights.
If you or your family or friends didn't catch the initial broadcast run of the Progress Report, there are 2 different ways to view it after its first airing. You can go to Midco Cable TV service on its video on demand capability. Just go to Video on Demand, choose Free Local Content, and pick the Progress Report. It should start within about 10 seconds. You can also see a recording of it on the following websites: ksfy.com, kaleidoscopemedia.net, and aberdeen-chamber.com.
Keep in mind also, every other month the Chamber publishes our companion, the Aberdeen Progress magazine. All Chamber members should receive a free copy of the magazine that is filled with news and details about the Chamber and community. The Aberdeen American News also delivers it to subscribers. If you didn't get one, stop on down to the Chamber office and pick up a copy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Kim and I will see you next month on Saturday, May 3rd, following KSFY's Late News. Good night, everyone.
This has been the Aberdeen Progress Report. News, issues, and ideas concerning the Aberdeen area. The Aberdeen Progress Report is produced by Kaleidoscope Media, the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce, and KSFY Television.